Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Back again with this game. Note the subtle editorial comments on the names of my characters. Shh, don't tell anyone. More Path of Exile 2 coming at your face. And we're in the middle of Act 3. We just finished out, not Doriani's Machinarium, the other guy. Daiquiri. No, sorry, Jaquiri, I think is the guy's name. Jaquani. I was in the vicinity. Jamiroquai's Machinarium. That's an old guy reference. I have the Chimeral Inscribed Ultimatum, and it says it grants additional ascendancy points. I'm not sure that's the case, but I'm going to try anyway. But probably a little later. Travel to the Infested Barrens. Lovely place. Really, vacation spot, if you've never been. Infested Barrens. Right. That should drop me right next to the canal that I just drained. Yes, indeed. The Matlan Waterways. Let's see. The last thing I did before breaking for dinner was the Jamiroquai Machinarium, which I will note I needed to find because I needed the extra fire resistance. I needed to track down an NPC boss to fight in there, and it took me uncovering literally every single pixel of that very large map. I was about as amused by that as you would expect if you've been watching my stream the last few days. Not much. I mean, less painful than a lot of the dumb. Really, it's... I had hopes. They made sounds like they knew they needed to make things more approachable, more fun, especially in the early game. I should say that my build is okay, managing. But then I did follow a build guide for what is considered to be one of the sort of base good builds. As far as I have been able to tell, realistically, there are two good builds. And by that I define it, I've read a lot of threads, a lot of people complaining, a few people piping up about how awesome their build is, and the only build I see get mentioned positively enough that it sticks is one of two things, ED Contagion or what I'm playing, especially Fub Guns, Lightning Arrow.
If only the Val lasted half as long as their contraptions.
I haven't had a chance yet to do the sort of upgrade I will get, when we get to tame a beast, which I didn't even realize it was a thing until like 10 levels ago. What am I at? 40? 5 levels ago. So the one beast that I found that I tried to tame, they have to be a rare beast. So not just any rare will do, and not just any beast will do. didn't go that way. Must be over here. Somewheres. Or possibly not. Did I miss something over there? No. No, I didn't. Over here. Ah, here we go. There we go. This was the magical mystery tour that I didn't. No. And as you can see, I'm managing pretty well. Single target is manageable with the addition of lightning rods. You drop a bunch of lightning rods, and it's kind of a multiplier for your damage. Whoop! Okay. We're going to attempt to tame him. Did I tame him? An easy trophy.
This'll do nicely.
Don't think I trained him? Nope. I didn't kill him fast enough. Maybe next time I need to. Wait to drop the taming mechanic until he's partially dead. I don't know how long he's really got, but evidently that wasn't it. Monkey business. Don't you know you gotta shock the monkey? Ha! It's a joke because that's what I'm doing. I'm shooting them with electricity, so I am in fact shocking the monkey. Peter Gabriel approved. I promise. Would I make something like that up? Yes, he would. Good evening to whomever has joined me. I hope that works out for you. Whoops, we don't want to stand in the explodey thing. Explodey things are generally not great. You can quote me on that. There are like 150 of these levers we have to open to continue on. Very slight exaggeration. Fury. Whoops. Again. Len should learn from Len's own lessons. Not to stand in the splody. Not sure what those are. Chyme skitterers? I do know what chyme is. Chyme is basically chewed up and swallowed and partially digested food. Yummy sounding, isn't it? Creaky sound. Nope, that was not the way. That was the way. Chyme skitterers. I have to give him full marks for, choosing an unusual word in there. I am a fan of weird words. Whoops, that was a significant amount of pain. That's okay. I inflicted more pain on them than they inflicted on me. Oh, not that way. Not that way. Zoom way over here. Indeed. More Kime Spitters. And a River Drake. I thought those were extinct. I thought they'd all been murdered by River Kendrick. Oh, I went there. Yeah. Hey, just because I don't listen to music doesn't mean I know what's happening in the world. Never met a basket I didn't want to open. Oh, those guys, they seem awful calm while they stroll to their certain death. Maybe it's just me. I would want a little more urgency. Monkey business. All right, we're going to attempt on this one again.
I need more mana.
All right, now I know what that looks like. I assume I got him. He comes back. It consumes the gem, it seems like. And he'll return when he's feeling better. I'm guessing. First time I've used it. I'm not nuts about the fact it consumes the gem, because that means if next time I run into a better critter. Companion River Drake. Oh, that's right. Gotta activate it. I don't remember what he had. Probably not that impressive, but I'll press. Okay. To direct the minions. Got it. It's that.
Nowhere to run.
I have a minion. He's not very exciting. And I'm not entirely enthused by the fact that consumes the gem. But then I guess that's the same way that it works for specters, I think. I remember reading that. In which case, it makes sense that it works the same way.
Take this.
But it's dumb. A large strongbox. I can transmute it and alch it. A rune! Oh, strength. Great. Thanks. Strength. Just what I didn't want at all. Ooh, is it telling me what I have? It is. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, I will transmute it because why not? Transmutes are relatively cheap. My pet died. Came back. He's feeling much better now, which is nice. Anything else in here? I'm willing to throw a transmute and an Og on that and see if I can get lucky. I mean, who doesn't like getting lucky? If you know what I mean. It's a sex joke. Not a funny one, but it is a sex joke. Shock duration, reduced ignite. Nah. Who wants those? No, I think we're continuing further along. There is stuff over here further we want, I believe. Let me do a real quick double check on that. We're heading for exploit, which I think is there. It is. So that'll be increased damage with hits against basically probably shocked mobs, and then increased damage against enemies and increased duration. Okay, those are both good. Yep, that's where we're headed next. I wish I could actually see the stats and whatnot on my companion. Can I? No. That I consider to be a significant weakness if there's no way to see that. I mean, I know it's... I was just trying to see how that skill worked. Now I understand how it works and what it looks like when it works. I just don't think that this, the particular critter I've got is all that great. I think it has a maximum of 4 affixes. And I think mine only had like 2. Hey, dude, come on, man. Stop throwing shit. That's just rude. Monkey. Carcass. Maybe I don't have to narrate the things that actually have captions on them. This map does feel like it goes on forever. Who's a good river drake? Thank goodness. Scroll of Wisdom. I feel wiser. That does not appear to. Checkpoint. Am I missing something here? I guess, can I move further? I can. Okay. That would explain what the thing was. I assumed that was solid. It's not. Monkeys driven mad by being held captive. Monkey together. Strong. Dear God, have we actually finished? No. Maybe? The reservoir mechanism. Ah, the long, uninterruptible, at least it used to be, inductions. Nope, they're interruptible now. Good. One, two. All right, talk to Alva. Hey, I pulled the plug on a whole lake.
Finally.
Return to the camp. Yep. We actually finished out the map. How nice. Let's portal back to town. Poof. Magic. Hope your Sunday isn't sucking, or possibly Monday morning if you're, European, or Asian, or Australian, New Zealander, any of the above. That's
Greetings. Thank you.
radiating altar robe of damping. A lot of evasion, a little bit of intelligence, a couple of crappy resists. Not blowing my skirt up, as the saying goes. 2.23 to basic crit chance. Seems like a lot. Tier 4.
Be warned, friend, their queen witch. Ah, some pretty things, yes? I like it.
I'm gratified. She likes it, guys. And disenchant the spear. And the dire halo. Not that dire, really. Robust rune. Now, this is all the runes I've gotten in the entire game, with the exception of 2 lightning runes. I'll note that I have received 0 cold runes, 2 fire runes, 2 second tier fire runes, the 2 lightning runes I've used, and no other elemental runes, making it somewhat difficult for me to, build resists up. Fair numbers of the stat runes, which are of not particularly much use for me. Ooh. Gain in mana, not much use. Conceivably, this one, no, not really. 20 life, sure, I guess. That's nice. If you've got your, your resists covered. Spoiler, I don't. Alright, I wanted to throw a mute, transmute, and an aug at this and see what I get. Because it's much higher base level. Nice base is. That is so awful. Seriously. Hybrid accuracy and light. This is how GGG says, go bleep yourself. Nobody ever, and I mean ever, wants those affixes. There might be some weird-ass build that uses some unique that leverages off light radius, and that's the only thing that might. And that is the lowest tier of cold damage as well, I do believe. So, yeah, that thing's worthless. Well, not worthless. It's worth 201 gold. I was curious about something. I think it requires Act 4, but I want to at least browse. It's the market. So if I want to browse for a bow, let's say, and requirements, max level is, what is it, 42? 41. Bow, max 41. Give it a little bit of wiggle room. Do a search by DPS. 247 is worth it. It would cost me a divine orb. That obviously would be an enormous increase in damage. I haven't had a divine orb. Or maybe one chaos? Not even sure about that. I've got like 4 exalts. So if we go to the trade filter and say, oh, max of say 4 exalts on the assumption that that's what I actually have. 201, 3 chaos. Thing is, I did go to my not headquarters, hideout. No NPCs there yet. I guess the NPCs don't show up until you finish out Act 3. So I couldn't, like, do any currency exchange or anything. I think that's in. I know it's in PoE 1. I think that's in PoE 2, isn't it? I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. But theoretically, for Exalt, I'm guessing Exalts are going for roughly the same price as Chaos. That's why these were getting listed. I don't know. And certainly these would be quite good. Silver Tongue. 184. Pardon the yawn. Oh my god. Arrows fork, arrows pierce. That's one of those niceties I've never known exactly which things you should or shouldn't use with fork and or pierce. But if we want to clear item. Oh, those are items. What about currency? So, the fact that they're not showing currency here makes me think that, in fact, currency exchange is a thing. In PoE 2, I just can't remember for the life of me. Equipment, filters. Okay, requirements, endgame filters, miscellaneous. Trade filters. Yeah, okay. I think so. I think that's the case. But who knows? Let's see. I think I'm supposed to go downstairs. Talk to, yeah, find Alva at the base of the ziggurat. Oops. Do I need to well myself? I think I might have. It's a big zig. I gotta give them that. That is a big honkin' ziggurat they built. I actually, many years ago, knew a woman named Alva.
Beyond this sealed door is the... However, I recommend...
The Drowned City. Can I please remove... Do something to remove those notifications that I hate so much. And there's my little water-loving friend. Just a quick check. Clearing out the area. All right.
Storm point. In my sight.
Memory serves, the big water bubbles are very bad in that they will kill you. Proximal tangibility, huh? Have I mentioned how much I hate that freaking mod? I wonder, does the pet activate or deactivate their proximal tangibility? I think it does. It does.
Trophy.
I would go lol, but laughing at the dead is entirely justified. Oh boy. Because there have been some mobs I've run into, especially yellows, with the proximal tangibility affix that just completely sucked. Got to be standing next to me to hit me. Oh, and I can hit you really, really freaking hard. Wow. Those things are fast.
Nowhere to run.
What kind of messed up place is this that you drain away the water from the underground lake and there are all these critters that have been living in the underground lake, presumably on each other? Whoop, that's the bad. That is also the bad. Ashfist, could you please do me a favor and die? Thank you so much. A filthy lobber! Nobody likes you, filthy lobbers. Oh, murder ripper? Seriously? That's the best you could come up with, murder ripper. Well, you know, I guess we can't all come up with our own cool names. Why am I not picking up the gold? Have I suffered some kind of disconnect? Because the gold's not showing up in the right place. Which is why I could pick up the siphoning wand, but not the gold. The gold must actually be over there! There it is! And yes, I did hit Z to manually cause it to redraw loot, and that didn't work.
Thunderous shot.
Oh, he's gonna explode! I'm pretty sure that's not sanitary. Oswald, Mr. Cobblepot, I presume?
What's all this then? Now you've done it. What the monkey give a look around?
Nice of him to risk.
No, I will enter that later. Thank you, Ozzy. You stay there. God damn it. I really, really hate the mapping. You see, I know there are some maps. Most maps you have to enter and you get the waypoint, you turn around, you come back out so that you can continue working on this map before it completely refreshes. But there are some maps that don't allow you to exit them. And so it punishes you by making sure that you can't finish a map before it goes gets refreshed, completely redrawn and repopulated. In this case, no, I was able to get the map, the waypoint. But it's such an incredibly stupid mechanic that the right way to play, I hate those reminders, the right way to play is to step into a new map, get the waypoint, and immediately turn around and step out. That's a design issue. And it's a really unnecessary one. There's just no way that that should pass muster with anyone as being acceptable design. Where the obvious, only acceptable way for the player to treat it is to step into the map, get the waypoint, and step back out. Hunchback couldn't quite make it out. Hunchback something. Hunchback creepy. All right, we did a nice, lovely little lap there to lead us to the Molten Vault, where we will go later. Clubber. They are hunchbacked clubbers. That's Grimstink the Crippler. That was Grimstink the Crippler. Everyone? Thank you, Grimstink. Excellent work today.
Storming arrow.
Little mutated, hairless dudes are never not going to be creepy. Flat heads, too. I mean, it just keeps getting worse for those guys. Flathead warrior. Filthy firstborn. Personally, I think that is objectionable. Calling them filthy is just uncalled for. Accurate. Back with the Kime Skitters. And this is approximately where we came in. Not so approximately, almost entirely. We've run a big loop, but then that's my way. I tend to follow, depending on how the map starts, either the left-hand or right-hand rule, which if you're familiar with it is a common technique for finding your way out of labyrinths and the like. It can be defeated. You can make labyrinths, mazes, and the like where that doesn't work, actually.
Fury. Face me.
Oh, look at her, all being all... Oop, that's not great. Not happy with that at all. Her before her bubble of asphyxiation could reach me. Because my axe doesn't need asphyxiation. I don't need to be fixated on my ass. Oh, there's another one. Joyous. Stoic Knife the Callous. It'd be nice if I could see where they were so that I could shoot them. Not dead yet, are they? Oh, they are. A vision rune. Oh, accuracy. Thank goodness. You know, I got no problem with them adding additional runes. I think that's a good mechanic. But the fact of the matter is they don't appear to have increased the drop rate. And so you're just not getting the ones you need. I think it's a good addition. Poorly implemented. More runes is a logical way to expand itemization. But, and I've got a big but, it only works if it doesn't dilute the necessary things. And really, you need the elemental drops if you're going to balance out your resists, because you're not allowed to craft them anymore. I mean, you're allowed. It's all luck, at least at the lower levels. If you consider that crafting, I do not.
Thunderous shot. I shall put you down.
You killed my pet temporarily. Up and back. He's back. I missed you. I have to give him a name. Kendrick, I think.
Crawlers.
It'd be nice if I could get a couple consecutive hits on things. Gargantuan life flask. Oh, I could use one of those. More you guys? That's an icon. If it means something, I don't see what it's supposed to mean on the map. Maybe it's just that this general area. I don't know. I mean, there's no little blocked area or anything. I don't understand. I'm so confused. Spoiler, that's not really news. I believe here's next. Increased damage with hits against enemies affected by elemental ailments. In my case, mostly going to be shock.
Back to the dirt.
Leave my pet alone. Whoops. Do not like them. Oh, he's gonna burst. And good evening to you, your dudeness. I'm doing my SpongeBob thing. Although it wasn't actually under the sea, it was under a big lake that we drained, so kind of the same thing, but yeah, not really. That rotten log had 18 gold in it. I am reasonably well. I hope the same holds true for you. I hope your Sunday has been relaxing. If that's what you're digging, invigorating, if that's what you were hoping for, you know. Let's just make it easy and simple. I hope it's been nice. My Sunday has been quiet, which is essentially kind of mostly what I want from my weekends. Basically, pretty much the exact same thing I want from my weeks. All right, we've got a door. I'm going in.
Degenerate creations.
Multiple yellows, it appears. All right, that should take care of that one.
Out of mana.
And that one. A desert rune, yay! God, do we need elemental runes in the worst possible way. What if I don't like a catapult? I'm allergic to cats. Maybe I could have a dogapult? GCP, very nice. Did they kill my pet again? Briefly? Yes, they did. Well, those guys, the drowned crawlers, are definitely amongst the most annoying. Whoops, but not the most annoying. In this map. Oh, we've got Abyss Sign. I am not happy about them having one of those witches. Oh, that was really not pleasant. My pet died again, didn't he? I think so. He's back. I missed him so. Oh my god, there must be multiples of them. That's lovely. And by lovely, I don't mean that. Even the slightest. Did I kill them? I think I did. I think I killed them. Whoops, new wave coming in. I tell you, when the new waves come in, another wave of the mobs come in with like a dozen at a time. Yeah, that ain't as much fun as you might want to think. Did they set my friend on fire? Okay, that's just rude.
Barely broke a sweat.
I didn't barely break a sweat. She almost killed me with her goddamn drowning thing. We have an Abyssal Arsenal. We're going to get a second. Doesn't look like it. Or a hole in the ground. Alright.
Rather not break my back.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna pop back to town and sell some stuff. The green guys, we do not like them. No. I just think they're overtuned. Especially because you can start getting them at very low levels. And it's not so much like the initial batch that are waiting for you or that pop out. It's the waves. When you finish off a wave and all of a sudden, a dozen or more pop up in a big batch right next to you, wanting to hug you.
What have you learned? Go.
Kind of hug. It's a hug-ish. I actually want to try and turn that bow into something.
I could
Long
do with
odds, I know.
something
What has
actually.
Oswald got?
So, treasure in particular.
Sell. We want to make something of that. And that's a sell as well. Alright.
Stay wary.
Exalted. GCP. Ooh, a vision rune. Like I said, I really like that they've added additional rune types. I think that is an absolute win. However, and because with me there's always a however, crossbow has some sick game. Oh, I enjoyed the crossbow when I played it previously in in one or two other leagues. All right, let's see. Fizz, fire, lightning. Not good enough. I'll take my 1/5 of
What do you need?
a regal. All right. Bloop, bloop. Wow, 20% attribute requirements. Once again, this is how GGG says bleep you. Grants life recovery to minions. It's also not a thrilling development. Increased charges, 2 to 25 lightning. That's a tier 8. Not gonna cut it. This one might though, simply because it's 710. That's got a lot more charges, and some of it's recovered instantly. I'm gonna sell them both.
Some pretty
Generally,
Is that
my
it?
modus operandi.
Your eyes sharp.
Pretty good, huh? That's German, you know. No, it's not. Is blue items I sell, yellow items I deconstruct. At least at this level. We are in the Drowned City. Yes. I also like the feel of the crossbow in this game. They did an excellent job in making it a fun button to push.
Storm point. I shall overcome.
And that is always a big part of the game. A lot of people don't understand that, yeah, what you basically, in a lot of ways, the game designer's job is making buttons fun to push. That's a simplification, obviously, but it's not an untrue one. One of the interesting things I always note is that the WoW devs, when they're talking about the design, they will talk about a button being fun to push. When it comes to designing a new skill or, redesigning a spec or something, you want the rotation to be fun to push all them buttons. fulfilling. You want good sounds, good visuals. Rather famously, one of the things they rolled back in a hurry back in PoE 1 days, they changed the sound of a freeze shattering. Because the original is just so good, and it's an incredibly satisfying sound.
Quick and lethal.
And basically because everybody complained about it when they changed it. It's like, why? Why did you change it? They changed it back, which was the right call. Whoop, he's gonna explodey. Oh. Alright, those guys are really beginning to get on my nerves because they're very small and easy for me to miss when I'm trying to click on them. This should run back into the other way. It does. Oh. Baldy locks again. Looks sort of like mutated, misformed children. That's always going to be just creepy. Doesn't require a whole lot of work to make that creepy. Alright, we got another checkpoint. Another door leading into a little sort of mini instance, I do believe. Yep. Didn't need to have them right on top of me from the start. Dude's blowing up.
I shall overcome.
Funny you mentioned the feel of the combat. Oh, more dudes. Since this is the #1 complaint about Last Epoch, combat feels floaty and weightless. I think floaty gets applied a lot where I don't think it applies. I can sort of see it with Last Epoch. I see people complaining about Guild Wars 2 combat feeling floaty, and that one I really don't understand or agree with. Wait, what dropped? Nothing dropped out of that yellow box? Are you kidding me? Well, to quote the meme, wow, this is worthless. I can see it a little bit in Last Epoch. I think in a lot of games, it also largely depends on a game like this, say, the skill you're playing. But that's the sort of thing, it wouldn't surprise me if someone had that opinion about Last Epoch. The devs are not as experienced or as, savvy about these kind of things as generally speaking, as the GGG developers. So, River Hags, that's them. They're lovely. Except that, of course, they're actually horrifying. Exactly. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Charlie. I, for one, however, do not believe the schnozberry conspiracy. That there are no such things as snozberries. I just don't believe it. I side with Willie on this one. I think Big Schnozberry is keeping them out of our hands. Where did I not go? On this tiny map, just the Molten Vault? No, that's not right. There's another exit to this map, right? Isn't there? The Ziggurat Encampment. The Drowned City. Yeah. There is the Temple of Kopek. where we can't get to yet. The Drowned City, the Molten Vault, the Apex of Filth. You hope Craft Hunt will help them improve the game? Yeah. And not be too demanding. What am I missing? How? What? Do I have to go through the Molten Vault? No, there's one place I missed. All right. I see it now. Of course, once again, this is the problem with these maps. They're so fucking big, you can spend 40 minutes investigating a map and have covered everything but just missed the one actual route you want. The maps are too big. I don't find sprinting helps me much, which is one of their attempts to negate that particular complaint. I think that complaint still holds. The maps are just way, way too big. Well, this wasn't the way. Is it? Does it really? Do you have to do the Molten Vault? Nope, I found another one. Where am I? All right, we're running. We're sprinting. It's over here. God. Yeah, all right. Yeah, more map. Did the sprinting help? A little. Not much. One solution maybe open the map, zoom in, click on a checkpoint to teleport instantly like a portal. You can if you have multiple checkpoints on the revealed map, which means if I leave this map for 8 to 15 minutes and come back to the waypoint, there's a checkpoint, but I can't use it to go to any other checkpoint because the map is no longer discovered. It's one of my problems with the map, which is why you have to, if you're playing it, you find a doorway into the next map. You have to go into the map, get the waypoint, and then come back out and go back to the previous map. Because otherwise, this map is going to completely re-roll, and you have to find your way around to all of the now randomly redistributed stuff you missed before. Whoop, a rotten log. Aha! I showed that rotten log. Got another rotten log, guys. See, that one had 7 gold. Now I'm wealthy. Oop. Creepy little mutant boys. Mutant babies. Bald mutant babies. Uh-huh. More mutants. Rich forever. Well, I mean, you know, how much is a Krugerrand worth these days? Not enough to make me rich. But that was like 7 Krugerrand. So maybe not rich, but a nice vacation. Thanks for all the poison, guys. That was really deeply appreciated. Wait, what's moving over there? Oh, mutants. Mutations! Where were we going again? Ah, yes. exploit. I will be exploiting at my next level. I will exploit Path of Exile 2.
Take this! In my sight.
Flathead Warrior of Flame. He's burninating. Are we finally to the steps? Yay, the steps. So, for instance, in this case, we've got all of these other checkpoints in the map, right? But if I were to say, go up here into another map, spend 15 minutes there, come back in, this checkpoint will still be here, but if I click on it, I don't get the map, I can't teleport. So the checkpoints are only good basically while the map is live, 8 to 15 minutes. So the checkpoints help, but they don't do anything really to solve anything. So now we're in the apex. What I intend to do is grab the waypoint again, and let's see, go to town, sell, and then go back to the molten vault, whatever it's called, and then back here to the apex of filth. This kind of jumping around stuff is kind of necessitated by the architecture they've built into the game.
How repulsive.
See, now I can go back. I've got this waypoint. I've got all of the waypoints you can get connecting that previous map. So now I can actually do some of the content in the ancient map, or the previous map that I skipped, the Molten Vault. That's not it. That's it. It's just the fact that I'm assuming they expect you to do what I've just done, which is basically step in, grab the waypoint, step back to the previous map. If they don't think players are doing that, then they have completely lost touch with ARPG players or don't watch streamers, because I've been watching some streamers today, and guess what? Every time they come up next to another map exit, they go in, they get the waypoint, they go back out. Because if you don't, you're wasting time and frustrating yourself. Unnecessarily. The third Edict mystery box is now available. The only mystery box I've ever opened are the ones I got free.
Fury.
Or if not free, for spending a very small number of points on the cheapest thing you can buy, which is the Weta.
Another ancient contraption.
They should force them to call it a gambling box. Yeah, I agree. And mind you, historically, I'm a big user of them in Guild Wars 2. But I've never, ever made any bones about it being anything other than a pure gamble. But it was also my way of supporting the game when I thought that the game was more than worth supporting. Right now I'm buying expansions, and that's about it. Whereas right now I don't feel it's worth anywhere near as much support. Sorry, guys. Put more of your employees to work on your primary product. Thank you. Oh, he's going to be a problem, isn't he? Dread Knife the Stinking. He has a magma barrier and he stuns. Dude, are you going to just sit there and... Nope. You're not going to just sit there. That's fine. I'm glad to hear that. Whoop, that was not optimal for me. Alright, the magma barrier's finally gone. Now I can actually damage him.
Barely broke a sweat.
Staunching charm. What am I doing? Space in the old inventory.
Nowhere to run.
Chest. Empty chests. Why? I go to the trouble to open you. You ought to at least have like one piece of gold. Or an uncut skill gem of level 10, say. That would be fine too. Please stop dropping ground effects in my tiny little space that I'm in the middle of. Thank you. Again, nothing in the chest. Who does that? Nine gold. You see, just a pittance. Makes me feel like I've, all of those murders I've committed are worthwhile. Yeah, a mirror's not gonna happen. I don't play enough to have any reasonable expectation of a mirror, or ever earning enough stuff to be able to purchase a mirror. Might have been a chance back when I was playing as many as like a dozen builds a league, and that was actually a thing. But sadly, yeah, I think those days are gone. Chest. Not a thing. Ow! Ground effects suck. Oh, hi guys. I didn't mean to disturb your standing there unmoving probably for centuries. Whoops. Oh, the other one didn't wake up. Chest? Hi, guys. So, electricity then. Chest. Chest. See, 15 gold? All I want's a, all I want is an honest day's work and an honest day's pay. Of course, I am kind of grave robbing and murdering shitloads of people, so maybe that's not the best analogy. I'll get back to that thing. All right. Let's see. Can't get past that way. Probably best to go this way. Oh, no, it froze me for a sec. I got so lucky that they were all on the far side. Had they been on this side, I was dead, man. Not even walking, just a dead man. Well, my inventory being full, I think now would be an ideal time for me to go back to town. Stretch. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Back Crispies. Pardon the yawn. I mean, I've had such a rough day. I woke up. That's been it, mostly.
How can I be of aid? Thank you.
As far as how rough my day has been, that was the roughest part of it. Well, that's nice. We have 2 socket and 12% superior lead and great hammer. That's going to give me crafty bits up the, well, proverbial yin yang. Yep, that's got to go, and that's got to go. And that also has to go. We got a bunch of crafty bits.
Need a guide? Take your time.
We want to take a shot at that one. Fizz, fire. Okay, we want to hold on to that one. Spell damage, beast critic. Yeah, that's not that great, or even that good.
My tribe could use that.
Let's see this one. A little bit of fizz, a little bit of fizz. Nah.
Take care.
No, not there. There. Why do I have tier 10s there? I have no idea. I did get a strange drop that, as best I can tell, isn't particularly worth anything. I got a support gem from one of the abysses. They do want me to play crossbow, but I will not. On my first build, if there is a second build, that will be later. But on my first build, no. Let's see. Bleeding. Don't I already have one of those? This one is recover 69 life when it's used. 69. Nice. I apologize. This one's got recover 127 life, which is, as you may be aware, a larger number. All right, this one we salt away in here. This is stuff I maybe want to use later on another character. And here we have the potential as a tier 5 fizz. So we could get like flat fizz and then a flat or a percent fizz affix as well, which would be big. Not likely, but big. Attack speed would be good. Critical damage bonus, not great. I think I have to throw the Regal at it and hope to get lucky. Give me a good prefix, please. It's attack speed, which is good. It's not a great tier. Let's see how far we are away from this being an improvement. Currently, my 1029 is the paper. The sheet damage, and this would be, I'm going to guess, like 600?
Nature's fury.
819. It is higher than I expected. Huh. Well, we have 2 open prefixes. If we get good prefixes, we might have an improved new bow. So I think we have to at least try for one, right? Right? Reduced attribute requirements, but it's a suffix. It's a terrible suffix, one that I wish generally was not in the game because nobody ever wants it. We got a weak physical percent damage. So once again, we were at like what, 10 something? 1029. This is probably like 900. 1013. Oh my god. I have to throw one last exalt at it. It's probably coming out ahead. Fire away with your question. Please be good. What the fuck? Oh my god. Percent accuracy. Are you kidding me? It was so almost good. Any kind of decent damage roll there, and it's an improvement. 1029, 1013. Wow, that's a disappointment. That is such a disappointment. And such a use of my not especially unlimited currency. That was painful. That was genuinely painful. But I do have an idea of something I might be able to do with it with one of the Abyss currencies. Because I'd have to get lucky. Quite lucky, actually. But it might be worth trying. I mean, it's probably not the best idea, but what the hell. You only live once, right? Got another chest? Nothing. We have got a rare chest. Certainly the rare chest will drop something wondrous and delicious, and possibly delectable. I thought the gems themselves have sockets, but you see that the gear also has sockets. Yeah, the gear sockets are for runes. I don't have any socketed right now because they added a bunch of runes, but they did not change the drop rates, as best I can tell. So it means you can't get the runes you need most of the time. For instance, there are runes that would increase the base damage or would do flat damage added to the bow. There are runes for the resistances and for stats. And so I think adding them is a good improvement. I like the addition of them. But the fact that they either kept the drop rate the same or actively nerfed it means that it is very difficult to get the runes you need to balance your resistances, which is kind of a big deal.
Fury.
Because that's the way, because you don't have real crafting anymore. You know, in PoE 1, if you need another 20 fire resistance, you just craft it onto something. Can't do that in this game. What you can do instead is put a couple of sockets on something, or a socket or on a couple of items, and put in the runes that have fire resistance. Say, you want to jack up your weapon damage? You can do that too. But so far, for instance, cold, lightning, and fire are the three elements in the game. There are also the strength, dex, and intelligence runes. There's runes for a bunch of stuff now. Used to pretty much just be the fire, cold, and lightning, I think. Anyway, I've gotten 2 lightning, and I used them both up early. Because I said, hey, runes drop like candy. Not anymore. I have gotten 2 fire runes of the desert. I've gotten 3 of the tier 2 runes of the desert, and 0 cold runes.
Nowhere to run.
Oh, hi guys. All right, we have a Vol Embalmed Axeman with an essence of flames. Fire. And his friends, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He throws some splodies in my general direction. And more splodies in my general direction. What is him with them splodies? Would you freaking croak?
Die next time.
Essence of Flames. On over here. We've got Abyss. Also, people have noticed that the Abyss ignores your setting for screen shake. And as someone who hates screen shake because it gives me terrible headaches, I'm not a fan. Now, unfortunately, I need to back up because a whole bunch of critters are going to come out of the hole in the ground. Here they come. This is why a lot of people are not really all that enthused about their implementation for Abyss League. It has some problems, especially in a place like this. Volatile souls. Wow, I didn't know you could have essences from the Abyss. That's cool. Possibly deadly. Definitely cool. Oh, my guy's the green glowing guy. Oops. Abyss is maybe my favorite league of all time because it's the first league I played from the beginning. So I have an extremely warm spot for the league. But I think a shield. Not really something you can do. It's tough to dual wield a bow and a shield. Okay, there's volatile souls are going to be inside, and they're evasive, which means not all of my shots are going to hit. They have 2 essences, which means they're going to hit hard. And death, I don't want to say is likely, but it's neither is it unlikely. Holy crap. Nope. God damn it. Oh no, that's not good. This is not, I'm not having fun with this. It's not. Wow. These things are really bad, okay? And because this is such an enclosed area, generally he's not doing anything where I can shoot him a lot. That's really not good. He drops things on the ground that I cannot avoid. Those right there. He drops them and they freeze me in place. I did say that this one was bad, did I not? I think I did. Had him the whole way, was never concerned in the slightest. It was fine. Any good loot dropping? Well, I almost dropped. Theoretically, I might have just gotten the 2 best things I've gotten all night. That guy had 2 Abyss Essences. Removes a random modifier and augments a rare item with a new guaranteed modifier. equipment, Mark of the Abyssal Lord. I have a Mark of the Abyssal Lord already, and I have no idea what it did to the item I put it on. Upgrade a magic item to a rare, adding guaranteed modifier, martial weapon 17 or 19%, 17 to 19. That, for instance, would be really, really good. So what I have to find then is a blue item with really good pair of affixes. Too bad you can't get prefix and prefix. Well, you could if you had an annul, but yeah, I don't. And then one of the suffixes will get upgraded. Well, get guaranteed to be an attack speed. So a really good prefix and a non-attack speed suffix. And that is the best regal I've ever seen. And that is guaranteed to give 17 to 19% attack speed, which is really good. I didn't open this chest earlier. I was saving it, you know. So that fight was... I did say that it could easily kill me. Thank you, dude, for noting my absolutely flawless gameplay. Hey, why didn't you and your friend both wake up at the same time? That's my question. Whoop. You trying to sneak up on me? You're 12 feet tall and made out of metal. Sneaking ain't gonna do it, guy. We have another chest. And two more sneaky 16-foot tall automatons, shall we say. So I would say that despite the moderate level of anxiety caused by that fine Abyss Essence dude, I did get good loot out of it. At least one. I don't know what the other one does. I've used one of them, and I, honest to God, still have no idea what it did. It basically replaced one affix with like Servant of the Abyss Lord or something like that. Didn't tell me what it did. Mark of the Abyssal Lord. Equipment. I might have put it on a bow and it doesn't work on a bow. It has to be on something else. I'm not sure. There's the guy we have to fight now. I do want to check and see something. We're here. Okay, Mechtool the Forge Master is the only sort of named mob we have to fight. And he is on deck. Let us grab the checkpoint. Let's open the sluice. Again, death is possible. Some bosses are really bad. I love the animation on this one, though. Mechtool? Are you coming, Mechtool? Where's he going? I don't think my pet's going to last long in there, gotta say. Come on, Mactool. We just need you to just die a little bit for me, please. Now would be good time.
Storming arrow.
All right.
All this heat, and I barely broke a sweat.
We can't get back. Remember one time there was something, I think he died back there, and I couldn't get to his loot. I was not happy. I don't know if there's anything down here. I've never run down here before. There's an end. How about we go back to town? Bring the hammer to Oswald. I like to call him Mr. Cobblepot. How you doing, Snoopy? I did get at least that one good piece of loot. I had a bow that got off to a really good start, and then I needed one good affix. The 6th affix just needed to be good, and it was the worst. Flat damage, elemental damage, any of those. I hate to disagree, sir, but Batman is doing good. Sorry, Superman is doing good. You're doing well. We don't know if Batman is doing good. What he's doing is necessary, but Superman is doing good. You're doing well. I know, I'm a jerk. At least I'm a consistent jerk. A gargantuan life. That has extremely good potential. Extremely good. Okay, that is going over there. That we're selling. Selling. Let's go ahead and give Oswald his hammer.
A finder's fee for doing all that.
Reforging bench unlocked. Reforging bench. Did I know about reforging? Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever done that. At least not in PoE 2. I know they got it in PoE 1. 3 in, 1 out, right? Yeah. Do we have plate? We do. Okay, we have an Essence of the Abyss. See, equipment mark of the Abyssal Lord. I dropped that on something. Just as equipment. So I don't know. Essence of Haste. Oh, are these all? Are these all Abyssal? Maybe not. Pardon the yawn. I'm an old man. Essence of Flames. One-handed melee weapon or bow adds 20 to 24. Upgrades again, magic to rare. So in essence, these act as regals that you use to give you a specific affix. So basically, they're targeted regals. Is what they are. Oh, an inscribed ultimatum. Chimeral inscribed, and the other one. This one I think I can drop into yes. So I actually think this one would give me 2 more ascendancy points. So I'm going to give that a try, I think. Let's see. This is here. Tier 10s. Why do I have so many tier 10s? Maybe I could use a couple. Maybe. Let's see. This is 9% to all elemental resists and fire resists. So, not as good as that one. That's got cold. Currently, our resists are fire is close. Lightning and cold are identical, not close to the cap. which means that this is okay, but not great. Unless it hit a good cold resist, in which case it would be an improvement. I think that goes into the box for stuff. Increased recovery rate, chance to gain a charge when you kill an enemy. Recovery instant, that's got a lot of uses. I think this one's probably an improvement. Silverthorn Buckler, I am unimpressed. Here we're giving up int. Oh, that'll make me can't use our gloves anymore. Do we have any decent gloves? Fizz, melee skills. Not really what I'm looking for. How about some gloves over here? Evasion, Fizz, fire, more fire resist. We lose 10 lightning. They're not great, but this has got a nice chunk of life. It has some mana, which doesn't hurt. The rest of it's really not very interesting. It's got life and evasion. I'm not sure it is yet worth swapping for that. Simply because this has got fire and lightning resist, and that's got no resists. I wouldn't lose the fire, because I'd replace it with fire, but I would lose the lightning resist. And right now, lightning and cold feel dicey. Oh, and I'll show you what I mean about the runes. Here's the list of here's all the runes I've got. So int, strength, dex, tier 2, strength and dex, tier 1 and 2 fire runes, the desert runes, but I've only gotten 2 lightning and no cold. And then down here we've got body runes, which is additional life, which is also very nice. If I had good resists, I'd be using those. This is mana stuff and accuracy, mana recovery, and critical hit chance for spells. I don't know how many more there are of these. I like that they added new ones, but they didn't increase the drop rate, and the drop rate should be, it should be tripled. We shouldn't have to worry about balancing our resists to the point where we can't use runes. I also have these omens of necromancy. While an item is active in your inventory, your next desecration attempt will add only suffix modifiers. While this is is active in your inventory, the next time you reveal desecrated modifiers, you can reroll your options once. These are used, I believe, in the actual Abyss crafting, which is done in the Abyss, where I've been twice. Actually, there's the Abyss that pops up from the Abyss event, the Abyssal Depths, but there's also a location in the maps where you have the Abyssal crafting, which I have not done yet. And I basically don't want to mess around with it until I understand what the hell's going on with it. Let's see. We do want to increase the level of Lightning Bolt and also increase the level of Lightning Rod. All right, that's everything. I think I'm going to try the Chimeral Inscribed Ultimatum now. Ultimatum is one of my least favorite leagues ever, and I was and still am unhappy that they have put ascending behind 2 of the mechanics I dislike the most. Basically, crappy minigames. A roguelike, in the case of the one I did last night. Was it Sanctum? Temple offering. Hey, I finally get this out of my inventory. Another thing, while I'm whining a little bit, quest items that take up even one space in your inventory. GGG. Go bleep yourself.
A descendant of the Magi? You are always welcome here if you wish to test yourself.
The Trial of Chaos. I do not expect to succeed. Now, if I get as lucky as I did last night in Sanctum, easy peasy. I mean, the big fight at the end, in the room before the big fight in the end, I got the option to buy the ability to basically be unkillable in your next room. Okay, I'll buy that and win.
Approach, challenger.
Round 1 of 10. Hey, it said I need to do 4. It's not 4 rounds of 10. What the heck? I don't understand. Slay all monsters. God, I hate this. Rare monsters have an additional modifier. 30% increased rare modifiers. Okay, that sucks. Monster hits always inflict bleeding and poison. Fuck off. Rings of Doom appear on the ground, which grow over time, exploding for physical damage once they reach a maximum area. Shitty minigames.
Selection breeds the mightiest foes.
Is what these are. If I wanted to play a roguelike, I'd play Hades.
Challenger,
You know?
prove yourself worthy of chaos.
Storm point.
I am getting bad stream lag. In-game lag. I am getting very, very bad lag. Oh. He's got the fuck. All right. I have been complaining about this affix the entire time, but hopefully my pet will allow me to shoot him without getting close to him. It's the proximal tangibility. You've got to get close to him to kill him. But the pet counts. Yay, pet counts. Yeah, I'm having terrible frame rates right now. I don't know if it looks that way to you guys. I assume it does. But in this particular case, unlike the first day of streaming, yeah, it ain't the setup. It's the game. All right, first room completed. He's back.
That smile off your face.
An invulnerable shade stalks you, inflicting ruin with its melee hits. Fail the trial when you reach 7 ruin. That sounds like fun. Rings of Doom. In each encounter room, damage will slowly increase by 1% per second, up to 50%.
Be careful where you stand.
Yep, it's a roguelike where you don't get any bonuses. You just get negatives. It's not fun. It is a not fun game mechanic. Wonder if I've made myself clear that I don't consider it fun. Begin the corruption trial. I don't remember what the corruption trial is. How am I supposed to begin it?
Live.
There we go.
Thunderous shot.
Oh, he's big. Yeah, I don't think I make it through this. My frames are for crap. Also, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, so there's that. Surviving, I think. Really, my frames are terrible, guys. So, I mean, if I fail, it's obviously not my fault ever, but particularly in this case, it's not my fault. That's better now. It may just be a rendering issue with some of the rooms. I can hope. But I'm not actually hopeful for that.
This is just a warm-up.
Let's see. Don't want that. Don't especially want that. I'm not sure how. How many trials do I have to do? I thought it said 4. Monsters inflict grasping vines on hit. That's terrible for me. Rings and circles of doom appear on the ground, which grow over time. Is that not the one I grabbed? Pyramid objects appear, projecting 4 rotating lasers that inflict corrupted blood on hit. I guess rings and circles of doom again.
Death arrives when and where it pleases. Escort the idol.
Escort the idol. Okay. We have to basically stand close to this thing.
Charged arrow. I shall overcome.
Yeah, I'm still getting crappy frame rates. And I can't be inside that explosion because it's going to hurt. So it's like 2 things in one that I have to stay within the circle of that thing so that it moves, but not within the exploding circle because it could kill me. Okay, now we get back to this. And this is kind of in a nutshell why I really dislike
They say endurance.
these mechanics so much. I didn't realize it was going to one-shot me, and I can't tell when it's going to go off. And we've lost. So, yeah, Yep, no longer exists, and I don't have another trial thing. I can use that again. I'll try one more, but I can't tell you how much I fucking hate this game mechanic. I couldn't believe it when they announced PoE and that the two methods that were available, the only two methods available for ascending, were my two least favorite game mechanics of the previous, 3 years.
Long have I awaited us. Many the rules never change.
Monsters release deadly volatiles on death. Rare monsters release larger ones. Turrets that will occasionally fire projectiles. Monsters grant no flask or charm charges on death. I think I can actually make do with that one.
A drought for the thirsty.
But I just absolutely detest these mechanics, and that these are the only ways to ascend is insulting.
Are you ready, Challenger?
The only people who liked these mechanics were people who played them a lot. People who built builds specifically to work within the requirements of these mechanics.
Fury. An easy trophy.
These keep coming, or is there something I'm supposed to be doing in here?
Out of mana.
I don't know. We got a red glowy over there somewhere. That's the Trial Master, I think. I guess I missed one back there. Room completed. Yay. I hate Ultimatum. Despise it. I skip it. When I run into it in PoE 1, I don't even engage with it. That's what a terrible mechanic I think it is.
Don't get overconfident just because you beat the first room.
Runes will appear that will call deadly lightning storms if you remain in them. Monsters gain 20% of damage added as extra chaos. No thank you. I have no chaos resist. In each encounter room, damage taken will slowly increase. I guess it's that one.
Lightning descends.
This is just a... And all of these negative effects are cumulative. It's just so fucking stupid.
Live.
Storm point.
He's big. Well, he was. At least I thought he was big. Maybe he wasn't that big after all. Alright, room completed. Succeed or fail, this will be my last go at it. I will be calling it an evening. Either with enormous relief that I got through it, or frustration that it is such a terrible implementation of the Trials of Ascension. I know people used to complain
This is just a warm-up.
about Izaro and the Labyrinth. Not me. 50% less area of effect and projectile speed. Minus 15 to elemental resistance and 10 to maximum. Sure, why not?
Weather the elements at your own risk.
It's so bad.
Escort the idol.
Oh, idle escort again. Lovely. My fave.
Storm point.
Also like not being able to see. Alright. 3 rooms completed. That one wasn't too bad without the enlarging rings of death. Which was a hard counter to the fucking thing. Ooh, well, I'll take that.
This is just the beginning.
Alright, large runes will appear that will call deadly lightning storms if you remain in them. Stalking Shade. I don't think he can even be killed. Globules of blood manifest nearby, tracking you. When above you, they'll fall, dealing physical damage.
Coagulated mass.
At least I can see that coming.
Well, aren't you impressive?
Chaos will bring you to your end. Return when you have improved.
Wow! Fucking one-shotted. Okay, I'm done. I can't say I'm done with PoE, but I'm certainly done broadcasting it, streaming it. There's no reason for me to share any more of my frustration with this fucking game. But I do want to thank you guys for hanging out as long as you did, sticking it out with me. Tomorrow's Monday. I'm really good with days of the week, you know. Probably take a day to deal with the horse shit that is this game. And then be back on Tuesday, as usual, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. I mean, I may stream tomorrow. Don't count on it, though. Tuesday, if not. But again, guys, thank you for hanging out. I know it can be a trial watching me when I'm playing a game that I find frustrating, and yeah, this is one of those. So, hopefully you'll see me again. Please. I'll be better. I will put information up on the Discord when I make up my tiny little mind. Again, thanks guys for hanging. I do appreciate it very much. Back in a day or two. I hope the rest of your Sunday, or possibly Monday morning, goes reasonably well. And as always, I try to set an achievable goal for people who choose to hang out here. I hope your upcoming work week doesn't suck. Back tomorrow or Tuesday. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.